Happy Sunday, everybody. It is week 14.
13, I think.
Can you?
Oh, we got checked
14.
on the live.
I think it's week 14. We just finished up with week 13, if I'm not mistaken. But babe was gonna check that out for us. So I hope everybody had a great week. Is having a good start to the upcoming week. We just got back in from Macon, Georgia.
Like an hour ago.
Yeah, and actually got a brief second to visit my family in Augusta. Family time is important for the both of us.
Gotta make time for it, baby.
Yeah, so
It's
when
14,
Phil is about to become an uncle.
Yeah, man. Shout out to BJ and Candace.
And I'm about to become an aunt.
It's crazy. It's the boy team, Blue Smoke.
Yep. So nephew is on the way.
Curls is coming in.
August 9th, 2019.
That's cool and everything, but these curls is coming in. Give me a little sponge.
Hey, did you check? See.
Oh, my bad. I got distracted, y'all. My bad. Y'all know I'm crazy. Sorry, my bad. All right. Who Lord? Jet lag. Nah, that's just me being lazy. My bad. 14.
Yes, it's week 14 of 52 weeks of focus. And today's topic will be handling your finances in God's way.
Hey man, this is definitely a tricky one.
Yes, very tricky.
Who don't want to tell y'all how to spend y'all money? We want to tell y'all how to, move your ends, counting your coins. We don't want to do that to you guys. And we first want to tell y'all we not balling either. All right, but we want to just give you guys some quick context when it comes to finances and doing it the way that God intends us to do it, and also kind of the reason is why we should kind of focus in on that particular area when it comes to your journey and where we are trying to go. So as we get into this thing, for the newcomers, welcome. Thank you very much for
welcome.
kind of tuning in. I think we're up to 23.
23.
Okay,
23 subscribers.
Yeah, man.
As of this morning.
We'll do it the same rundown. We'll have how many points?
4.
4. All right, like 4 for 4, which them things ain't getting good no more. I'm getting tired of eating them. But I shouldn't be eating them no way.
I'm not talking about Wendy's right now.
We have 4 points. 2 by this young lady, and then 2 by myself, and then we'll pray it out, and then
that's it.
Y'all will enjoy your Sunday.
Yeah, and then just wanted to start off in terms of why we came up with this particular topic. I know when we were getting ready to merge as one, become one, as husband and wife, finances was a big topic that we hit a lot of friction on. A lot of it was. Why you making it seem like it was so violent?
She was hitting me.
No, it was not. So this is a topic of conversation a lot in our premarital counseling, amongst ourselves. Even when we finally moved in together, because we actually didn't move in together until we got married.
Boy, ooh, that's another week.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
Jesus.
So we initially, really, Faith.
Oh, my bad.
So we initially decided to merge our bank accounts into one. One, because, we truly wanted to become one in all areas of our lives, and we felt that in order to become more financially stable, we needed to merge everything together in order to knock down our debt.
The good, the bad, and the ugly, too, boy.
And we also decided that my debt is his debt and vice versa. It's not... It's not, it's your student loans or my student loans. It's our student loans.
Credit cards.
Yeah, so the first thing that we got under control, or first thing we did was merge bank accounts. The next thing we did was talk about a plan to knock down the debt. And the first thing that we saw that needed to be knocked out was credit card debt.
Yes,
from getting married to traveling to other life events.
Being in the military.
Things racked up pretty quick, and society makes it seem like it's okay to have debt, but in order to be truly free,
Hey man, don't be jumping in my point now.
Well, in order to be, truly, free at some point in your life, you have to.
Moving into my point. Yeah,
I'm not moving into your point. You have to, be able to manage your finances and to eventually become debt free. But I didn't move into your point. This is just a preface or a preview to what we're talking about. Right. So for those who are getting ready to merge as one, for those who may be single and trying to get a hold of your finances, right. This is a great focus lesson for you, and we pray that you get something out of it.
And again, this is not like a get rich quick.
No, it's not.
These are just guidelines. These are just guidelines. If you guys find it, helpful, do the usual and just hit us up.
This isn't a pyramid scheme. We're not selling anything.
Yeah, well, you just waiting for the women. But it'll be like, I just we're not
$8,000. We're not asking you to invest $300 on a starter pack or whatever you want to call it. Right. But okay, so I'm going to go into my first 2 points. The first point is to provide direction for our lives. Right. I chose that, or we chose that particular topic because finances drive so many parts of our lives. It affects literally every part of our life. Right. If our finances are out of whack, we're out of whack. Right.
And just to double back, it is very important to hold your finances as in high regard so you can get that direction. Yes. All right, that's what she said. Yes. Well, that's what she meant. But go ahead.
Babe.
My bad. My curls got my attention. I'm sorry. Come on, man. Let's go. To provide direction in our lives. Galatians 6:9.
6:9. Babe, can you pull up the Bible app for me, please?
You won't even have it.
Babe, we've been traveling.
But I tell you, bro,
my bad, people. We're usually a little bit more organized.
Hey, we get rough and rougher, bro.
No, we aren't.
Hey, y'all, I got mine.
Oh. So you gotta call me out?
You gotta lead by example.
Shut up. Can't just help me out. You gotta talk about me as you do it.
I'm gonna read it too. Oh.
All right. Sorry about that. So as Galatians 6:9 says, it says, "And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart." So I felt this Bible verse says so many things in one sentence.
Excuse me.
It provides oh my gosh. It helps us to provide direction for our lives. It tells us to take heed in this due season that we may or may not be in. And having your finances in order helps us to give back more often. For instance, I know I'm a pretty giving person. When I do get a chance to be giving, sometimes financially we aren't able to do that, just being honest. But with us becoming debt free, that's our goal. That's one of my goals. I don't know if that's one of your goals.
How's she gonna say it's one? And
I don't know because I didn't want to put that goal on him. So I just said that I wanted to do that once we don't have any more bills to take care of. Being financially stable helps us to live a stress-free life. The source of a lot of chaos, a source of a lot of stress, a source of a lot of arguments is financial strain within the household.
The D word that we don't really say, that is like number 2.
Yeah.
1.
Number 1.
It's 1.
Number 1 reason, yeah. So that's another reason why we chose to kind of tackle that head on. Coming straight into marriage. The wedding is great and the wedding was beautiful, but what we wanted was to actually focus on the marriage. And we got some things in place before we actually walked down the aisle and we came back. Of course, there were some serious growing pains.
Hey, boy.
Because, okay, All right, me, for instance. I'm not going to take too much time on this. But with me, I never went by a budget before I met him.
Hey, but when I say no budget, I
No
mean
budget.
like, ain't no, hey, I got to do this much. This how much I'm bringing in. This how much I can spend. That concept.
If I saw something at the mall, I got it. If I saw a cute pair of shoes, I got it. If I saw a cute outfit, I got it. If I wanted to get my hair done every week, I did it. Yeah, that was the single me.
Hey, yo, I got gray hair for every conversation.
Babe, just gives me such a hard time, but whatever. So I say that to say, and I'm being transparent because, you know, it's always good to be transparent because I just want to let you know that we're not perfect. I'm not perfect.
Hey, boo.
So
I have flashback to a credit card balance.
whatever. And what about your credit card balance?
Mine was to keep up with you.
Whatever. Anyways, back to my topic. When your finances are in chaos, your life is too. And I alluded to this in the last sub point. For instance, if you want to sit here and actually go on a mini vacay, like a weekend getaway, and you look in your bank account and you're in the negative, that's going to cause a lot of chaos.
That's not funny, but I'm laughing at it because oftentimes we kind of think about what we want to do and what we feel like we should be doing. We don't necessarily look at the resources that we have to do that.
Right. Good one. Right. Stop being so petty.
We had 12 minutes. You wasting these people's time. Come on. And you ain't got through your second point yet. Come on, man. Let's go.
So that concludes my first point. As I was rudely interrupted.
Recap the first point. Since
I was going to recap the first point.
bad.
Stay out of my...
My bad.
Okay, the first point was to provide direction for our lives. The second point is to satisfy the needs of others. I know giving back and seeing others prosper is something that gives me purpose in life. It's in order to get your finances in order. It doesn't mean that, you know, you just focus on building your legacy. You help others build theirs too. Not saying that you sitting here cash apping everybody or, you know, giving away. Oh my gosh, babe.
Taking all blessings.
Babe.
The Lord said you have not because you ask not. I'm just asking.
We are not asking for donations.
It's not the time. I'm sorry.
Okay, back to my point.
All right, my bad.
And I was starting off with
Look at this, it's all that up on there for.
Thanks, baby.
Y'all see that because he was about to just be like,
But the Bible verse is 1 John 3:17. But whoever has this world's goods and sees his brother in need and shuts up his heart from him, how does the love of God abide in him? I thought this was pretty powerful for me because we can say with intentions all day, but what do we do in actions that actually shows God's love on a daily basis? And I say this to say it doesn't have to be monetary. You can actually, you know, pour into somebody by just encouraging them verbally or reaching out to someone that you haven't heard from in a while and saying, hey, how's everything going? And just checking on that person's, you know, mental and spiritual health. So working towards being debt-free sets you up to help those in need more often. Mm-hmm. If you aren't restricted by constantly paying bills, constantly watching every cent that goes in and out of the house, you're able to see and actually become more in tune with those around you who are actually in need. And you're actually in the position to help them without putting yourself in a bind or your household in a bind. Mm-hmm. And also, we are our biggest critics. Setbacks are setups for future blessings. If you sit here and fall short with your budget 1 month, 2 months, the first 6 months of doing a budget, don't beat yourself up about it because majority of Americans and a majority of the world, they don't budget. That's part of the reason why the debt issue is such a big deal within United States and elsewhere.
They
So
don't budget. Irresponsible budgeting.
what? Babe, why do you keep interrupting my point?
Oh, sorry. You can continue.
Gosh. You talking about why is the video at 15 minutes? Because somebody keeps interrupting me.
Yeah, my bad.
All right, back to my second point. God gave us the gift of selflessness and not selfishness. Although we may have, what do they call it? 3 commas in the bank or 2 comma balances in the bank. That does not, identify your worth. It does not say how valuable you are. What makes you valuable is what you do for others around you. Do you do community service? Do you actually go by the soup kitchen to help out? Do you donate to food banks? Not just the holidays, but do you do it just to do it without anybody else seeing? In an age of social media where everybody has to show, what they're doing for others, the next time you help out that homeless person or the next time that you go to that soup kitchen, do it without posting on social media. Do it without intentions of being seen, because God sees your heart. God sees your intentions. And that's really all that matters. And also, you can use your finances to change the world one person at a time. It only takes one person for you to affect one person in a positive way for you to make your footprint within the world forever. And I think that's powerful because we have billions of people here on earth, and it only takes one person for you to influence for their lives to be changed forever in the lives of others that are around them. So just think about, especially finances and how you can become more stable in order to help others. I want to recap. The first point was to provide direction for our lives. The second point was to satisfy the needs of others. And I'm going to turn it over to my lovely husband because he's eager to talk today.
Well, not before y'all long.
Whatever.
I have these 2 points that
oh, boy.
are very concise and to the point. So, I'm going to just stop laughing. This is a serious matter. All right, so when it comes to tithing, guys, my amazing wife was really, she really said all my points, but watch how God just throw that thing at me real quick. So point number 3 is tithing does provide a window to peace. And by that, I do not mean you have to pay for peace. I don't mean the physical act of doing something to receive peace is what you should be doing. But I am saying that the discipline that comes with tithing is the very same discipline that it requires to obtain peace. So even though there are things in our path, even though we don't feel like it sometimes, even though it is hard to do that, it is hard to give, and it's already tight, it's already, just difficult to do on a regular basis. Tithing is very similar to some of the things that you have to do for yourself when it comes to making sure that the people around you are representing things that you, where you're trying to go from a spiritual level. Things like making sure that you're looking at the right messages and hearing the right messages on TV and social media and putting up that filter of, this isn't that good for me, even though I enjoy some of it. It is our duty to make sure that we're maintaining that particular thing that we are, blessed with, and peace is something that we are blessed with, and that is something that we have to maintain. And the reason why that is related to tithing is because tithing is our responsibility. We have to do that, but it is our task to do that responsibly. And and sometimes it is, you know, it does cause us to get into an uncomfortable situation. But I'll go to Malachi 3:10, and it just says, "Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that they may be meat in mine house, and prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if you will not open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive." So basically, guys, that verse just says, guys, just continue to serve and continue to give me your tithes and your attentions and your energy, and making sure that I am the focus, and I will give you in return gifts that you can't even fathom, can't even begin to prepare for. And that's true on so many other levels. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about time. I'm talking about service. I'm talking about all the other ways that we can tithe, that we kind of get lost in the business of church and business of how things operate. So also, guys, tithing does help you become more generous. If we get in the habit of doing anything, good or bad, it will become easier to do that in other areas. Now, when it comes to tithing, when it comes to servicing each other, the more and more and more you do that, the easier it is to do for others. I know at my school, since we've kind of started to be a little bit more involved in church and everything, it's easier to do the same things I did in church on the outside. When it comes to mentoring, I can't call them that. The people I mentor even at school, it's easier to mentor because I'm had practice at church, and I've had, you know, basketball teams, and I've had the opportunity of coaching, you know, different types of students in different types of areas, and it all started in the church setting, and that gave me confidence to kind of do that in other areas. So tithing, like I said, is just something that we do in church, but it also should flow outside of the church. All right. Also, as we tithe, we begin to trust God more, because, hey, let's just be honest. Like, the 10%, you know, it's hard sometimes, especially when you're spending 100% of your money on other stuff. All right. So it also puts us in situations where, hey, you know what, God, I trust you more than anything else, and I'm going to continue to put you first and go ahead and knock yours out. And I trust you for the rest. And time again, especially in our time together, he's definitely provided for us.
Yes.
I know last week, was that last week with the car stuff?
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago, almost $3,500 in car repairs. Didn't know they were coming. All right. But we still took care of what we were supposed to take care of. Got that done. And lo and behold, God, you know, he provided us for a way where we, you know, we all right. We, as you can see, we still living in our joint. We ain't on the street. Yeah, as you continue to give him yours, I promise you, he will continue to make a way out of no way. All right.
And also, just in terms of those unexpected repairs, we didn't go into any more debt.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I was sweating.
And we didn't, just because we had an emergency fund.
Yeah.
I mean, it was only $1,000, but
Don't be putting out business in the street.
Well, that's what you start off with for the emergency fund anyway, according to Dave Ramsey.
My man Dave.
So it's not a big secret about an emergency fund.
Thank you. Put that little crumbs in the joint. Man, damn.
Oh gosh, but yeah, okay, that's all I had to say.
All right, so last point is gonna be about just being debt free. Being debt free is true freedom. Shout out to Shannon out of Georgia Southern. He's doing some great things about just being debt free and understanding what that actually means. To be debt free is to have no obligations to anyone, and as we focus less on the obligations to people, we can serve even more so. Because I think a lot of times we tithe in necessity or obligation, when you don't have that. Hey, buddy. Hey, welcome back. Still, but they don't want to hear from you right now. All right. So yeah, as I was saying, when we tie that necessity, we tend to focus on the negative connotation that comes with that obligation, what we're losing or what we're no longer having access to. But when you're debt free, you don't have that worry anymore. You're doing it because you want to, and not because of you have to. And understanding that is true freedom, like the ability to, if you want to go on a vacation, and you can do that. You can pay for it ahead of time,
right,
and go and have a great time. And I think God wants us to understand that type of freedom, not only in our finances, but in our spiritual lives as well. But we'll go to Romans 10:8, and it just says, "Owe no man anything but to love one another. For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law." So that goes back to what I was saying as far as from a debt standpoint. When we have debt and when we deal with debt, and we're still working on ours, we're not 100% debt free, not just yet. But as we continue to knock out debt, knock out these balances and all that good stuff, we have seen an increase in how we treat each other and others, because we want to go through this thing together. Every dime is coming out of both of our pockets.
Yes.
And the discipline that it's creating within our marriage is making it easier to love one another and show love towards others. Because it teaches us patience. It teaches us how to be diligent in an effort, and the fruits of that particular effort have been pretty amazing thus far. Like I said, we're not balling out of control.
No.
We still got the ways to go, but I will say that being debt free does knock out a huge stress barrier when you don't have to worry about groceries and when you gonna pay this and how you gonna do that and all that kind of stuff. So being debt free does knock out huge levels of stress. Whether she said earlier, whether you're thinking about getting married or whether you're married or whether you're single, I think that same energy towards your finances and how you manage them will transfer over into other areas of your life.
Yes.
Okay. So lastly, debt free allows you to have no limitations, or it helps you to manage your limitations better, because it gives you a better sense of who you are and where you are. I'm not saying that if you're debt free you're better than anybody, but when it comes to finances and when it comes to other areas, it's easier to see yourself and self-assess yourself when you don't have this huge mountain to look up at saying, dang, I still got to take care of that. All right, so once you come to peace with what you owe and you pay what you owe, I'm telling you, the freedom that comes along with that and the self-awareness that comes along with that is it's pretty remarkable, man. Like it really is. So that's it for me. Mine only took like about 7 minutes.
Okay.
Did you have anything else you would like to say?
I just wanted to say, for those that may be single or married, I recommend Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University.
Yeah, Dave. Definitely.
That was a game changer for the both of us. We actually took the class maybe 6 months into our marriage, if that.
It was when we was in Kansas.
Yeah,
so.
about 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 6 months into our, well, almost a year.
He started a lot of arguments.
Yeah, disagree. Whatever. But it's most definitely necessary. If you're in the military, look on your local base. They usually give those classes for free. Sometimes at the church's own base. Also, if you're not, I think he has an online class.
Yeah, he does.
An online bundle that you can buy. But when I tell you, it will make you think about finances in a completely different way.
Right.
And also our GSU alum, Shannon.
Yeah.
He has a book as well. Shannon.
From Power to Paychecks.
Yeah, Power to Paychecks book.
From Paychecks to Power.
Paychecks to Power.
I
Yeah.
gotta mix up my bad, brother.
But either of those resources will get you started.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions or comments about how we got started on our journey to being debt free, let us know. And of course, as always, we'll be transparent. Feel free to comment, DM us, whatever.
Right.
And also hit that subscribe button. So you can stay up on when we actually do another video.
Yeah, we got working on some things.
Yeah.
Coming together. Also,
curls.
speaking of Paychecks, that's free promo for y'all too. So that's on the house.
Oh man! All right. Well, have a blessed Sunday, a blessed work week, and we're gonna pray you out. Babe, your turn.
Hey, player, I prayed last time.
No, it was me last week.
For real, what'd you pray about?
What you made? Come on, baby, pray.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this week. Thank you for continuing to sow into us and help us to stay on track. No matter how far we get distracted, no matter how far we get off track, you always seem to make it your way and get us on track as long as we focus on you. So, God, I pray that everybody has an amazing week. I pray that you bless them with the tools they need to continue on the path that you set for us. And I also continue to give you the praise that you deserve. And all those things we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, you guys, have a great week, and we will see you for week 15 next week. Bye.
I'll let you stole my thing.